President Zelensky says a Russian bomb has hit a blood transfusion center in the northeast, killing and injuring people. He mentions that rescuers are at the scene in the town of Kubyansk, and there are, quote, dead and wounded. The strike has happened shortly after Ukraine says missiles hit a facility which manufactures engines and airplanes and helicopters in the country's west. So far, Russia hasn't publicly commented, but in a tweet, Zelensky declared this war crime alone says everything about Russian aggression, beasts that destroy everything that simply allows to live. He emphasizes that defeating terrorists is a matter of honor for everyone who values life. The correspondent James Waterhouse comments that if President Zelensky's claim is accurate, it appears that once again a medical building has come in harm's way. The war in Ukraine has been synonymous with civilian areas and cities being directly targeted, as seen with previous attacks on a maternity hospital in Mariupol and a mental health hospital in Dnipro. Colonel Brendan Kearney, a former chief of staff for the U.S. Marine Corps forces in Europe, shares his thoughts on Russia's strategy. He states that it's hard to define their strategy, as they seem to be in a reactive mode, targeting non-combatant places such as medical centers and schools. Kearney expresses his appalled reaction to the war on innocents and civilian areas by the Russian forces. Colonel Kearney points out that the slow progress of the Ukrainian counteroffensive is expected, given the dense minefields separating the Russian and Ukrainian forces. He compares it to historical events like the Allies' slow progress in Normandy in 1944, emphasizing that the Ukrainians don't have overwhelming air superiority like the Allies had back then. The discussion shifts to Ukrainian air power. Colonel Kearney believes that the training pipeline for pilots, especially experienced pilots, is shorter than what has been said. He mentions that Ukrainian pilots currently in training in the Western Pipeline are likely doing well and advancing quickly. He also highlights the importance of the counteroffensive not waiting for air superiority, as the weather and Mother Nature could become unfavorable for their advances in the future. The news transitions to the talks in Saudi Arabia aimed at finding a solution to the war in Ukraine. Senior officials from about 40 countries, including the US, China, India, and Turkey, have gathered for the talks. President Zelensky's 10-point formula is the focus of the discussions.